Hi, welcome to Back to School Night. I'm Miss Bliss. I teach 7th grade life science, and I'm going to quickly go over a couple things on our website and in Google Classroom. So this is our class website, and I'll share it with you guys in the Zoom link, and I'll also post it later in Google Classroom so students can share it with you guys if you are unable to participate at Back to School Night. There's a bunch of links here. Google Classroom will take you to class codes. If students for some reason got logged out of Google Classroom, you'll go there to get their class code. Some rules for distance learning, general handouts that we use regularly throughout the school year. Students can always go here and find that. Tutorials is a big one. This is where I'll upload little mini tutorials on how to do various things in Google Classroom, just generally on their iPads, because there's a lot of technical questions, and this is where they can find some little tutorials that I make. For example, how to type on a PDF, how to create Cornell Notes template in Google Docs, and I'll keep adding as we go. But these are two videos that I made because I got a lot of questions about these things, so that this is somewhere students can go get some little mini tutorials. Not necessarily lessons, but just tutorials on how to use technology stuff. Important dates here, the calendar and so on will be listed here. So obviously Back to School Night is on here. And our school calendar and schedule, all of that will be on here. And what else? And if you ever need to contact me, my email is there. You can just click that and it'll send you straight to email. And here you can go down to, actually, let me keep going down before I go to a period. So here's just a little welcome slide I made for the students about what they're going to learn this year, expectations and rules and so on. And a little slide about myself. If you guys are interested, you can look at that later. And I made a little virtual bulletin board for our class. So you can check on here regularly. I'll keep adding boards as we go. The students just worked on like a little get to know me activity. So you just click on their name and I'll have random students from different classes there. Not all students, I don't have enough space for that. And then you just click through and it'll show you some of the work they did. And to go back to the class website, I think that's it. Okay, now to go, the common question I get is, do the kids have homework? Did they do their classwork? This is where you would go. So any period, whatever period your child is in, you just click that period. And I have a little virtual classroom here. You will click on that to get today's agenda. And the students already know that. They'll click here to get today's agenda and it'll show you what we've done or what we're going to do for the day. So this is our agenda for today. If a student was absent like the previous day or the day before, they'll just keep tapping previous day. Obviously, Monday was the first day of the week, so you can't go back. It only has 1 week of agendas here. So yesterday's agenda is here. If you want to go back to Tuesday, you tap next day. If you go back to the website and scroll down a little bit, you'll see that I have the old agendas. Okay, so for week 1 agendas, those will be posted here. And you just tap through and you'll see everything you did for the week. That was a short week, so it ends there. Go back. This is last week. And last week we did quite a bit of work. So if anybody was absent last week, they can go here. Okay, so previous day, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So the whole week is here. So whenever a student is absent, they can always go here to see what they missed. And also see what homework they have. I'll try to link all the work here, but generally they will get all of the work in Google Classroom. This just shows what they have to do for the day, but they should just get in the habit of going to Google Classroom to get this assignment or this assignment. If they get it from here, sometimes it'll work, but sometimes it's a little glitchy because they're not directly in Google Classroom. So the best bet is to go to Google Classroom. The Google Classroom code is also there and it's linked. If you click on it, it'll take you straight to Google Classroom. And that's about it for the website. I'll keep adding it throughout the year. Even when we go back to in-person teaching, whenever that will be, I will continue to use this website. Okay, let me close out some of these tabs. and take you to Google Classroom, because I know a common question is my child doing their work? Well, this is how you can see. This looks a little bit different because I'm on a desktop, but it's very similar on their iPad. So you basically will just find their period. So for my class, it's period 3. I'm logged in under a student. So he has me period 3. And then you go to classwork. And this is on the top of classwork. The website is always there. So you can always access the website through Google Classroom. Now, here's all the work that's I have assigned so far. All the gray stuff is work that this student has done. If your child has anything that's green, that means they haven't done it and they need to complete that work. So if you want to know if there's any work they're missing, find these green icons. That means they need to do work. If you want to double check that they're actually doing work, you can click on any gray assignment and click on their, you'll see their work pop up like this, and then you can just tap on it to make sure. Sometimes students will tap, so it's taken a while to load, but you can see that this kid has finished his work. Sometimes students will tap turned in or that they're done, and it'll make this icon gray, but if you actually click on it, sometimes work isn't attached. So you want to, if you really want to see if they're doing their work, just click on it and see their actual work. I will give students the option of doing it on paper. If they want some of these assignments like this review and these Cornell notes, they have the option of doing it on paper or doing it on their iPad. So for example, yeah, this kid hasn't done his, so you can see this is all blank and this is green, so he hasn't turned it in. So that's just something to look for, these green icons, if you want to know if they have any work to do. I forgot to go over the syllabus really quickly. Let me go back here, and I'm just going to tap any period. All the periods are basically the same for me this year. And the syllabus is not coming up, but I wanted to go over some of the materials. Let's see if I can find that quickly. Hopefully it'll still record. Keep recording. Okay, so here's the syllabus for this year. These are some materials that are required for class. They need to have their iPad charged all the time, but outside of their iPad, they'll need line paper, a composition notebook like the black and white one. It doesn't necessarily have to be a composition notebook. It could be any kind of notebook where they use just for science, a pencil sharpener, and their science textbook. Although we won't use the science textbook every day, but I still want them to have that on hand. And supplemental, it's not required, but it may help on some assignments is if they have markers and highlighter. And that's basically it. Some classroom rules, if you can just ensure that your child is somewhere quiet. If they have siblings that are also doing distance learning, there's times where I can hear that sibling's teacher talking, so it helps if they're wearing headphones. If they're in the same space, and I know a lot of situations both kids are in the same space, and that's fine, but it will be helpful if they wear headphones so there's not so much background noise. If there's any behavior problems, I haven't had any so far. Luckily, the kids have been great for distance learning. Here are just some warnings. I'll give them warning. There's like a Zoom timeout where I can put them in a waiting room. If it comes to the point I need to contact you guys, I will. And that's basically it. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Email me. I'm going to, after this video plays, if you're at the Zoom back to school night, I'll take questions then too. Thanks for coming by. Bye.